One of the most important things to your success is who you marry. They said 90% of your success is informed by who you marry. 90%. So you see, everybody's coming around to find out that family and relationships are important. But unfortunately, somehow, that's the thing we all don't pay attention to. I always say, why do we have successful doctors that have unsuccessful marriages? Why do we have successful lawyers that have unsuccessful marriages? It's very simple. The lawyer has spent 7 years studying law. The doctor has spent 6 or 7 years studying medicine, but 0 years studying marriage.
Welcome to Fresh Fire TV.
When God set up the earth, the first thing he set up as an institution was family. First thing he made Adam to be was a husband and a father. If God felt education would change this world, he would have made Adam a professor. If God felt politics would change this world, he would have made Adam a prime minister or a president. If God even felt church would change this world, he would have made Adam a pastor. The first thing he made Adam was a husband and a father. I've been a pastor for close to 30 years. I love church. I'm a church person. I can't remember my life without church because 30 years is a long time. But God began to show me that family even comes before church. Church is a backup plan to family. Church is just another imitation of family. That's why when Jesus came, he said, from now on, call God your Father. It was a setup to just reintroduce family since the first family failed. In fact, the criteria to be a pastor is to run your home well. That's what the book of Timothy says. That one of the conditions or criteria for somebody to say they want to come and run God's family is that they should run their own family. If you can't run your own family, don't come and run God's family. Are you getting what I'm saying? And even COVID confirmed to us how important family is, because everything was shut down during COVID. They shut down airlines, shut down business, shut down schools, even shut down church. Only one thing could not be shut down: family. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So that is why we push this hard, because if more families can get it right, the society will be better. If more families can get it right. And unfortunately, or incidentally, or anyhow you want to put it, somehow life just distracts us from the things that matters. We kind of want to hustle and focus on other things except the thing that really matters. If we can understand that really, Harvard did a study, some of you must have seen this. Harvard did a study that has lasted close to 100 years. And what Harvard found out was that the one thing that impacts a human being's life the most is relationships. That is not the degree they have, not the location they stay in, not any other thing, not the amount of money they have. That the one thing that impacts human beings the most is relationships. And the chief of all relationships, of course, is family. It took Harvard 100 years to find that out. I could have found that out from scripture. But I'm happy science is catching up to scripture. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Took them 100 years. Some people studied millionaires, studied very successful people, and they found out that one of the most important things to your success is who you marry. They said 90% of your success is informed by who you marry. 90%. So you see, everybody's coming around to find out that family and relationships are important. But unfortunately, somehow, that's the thing we all don't pay attention to. I always say, why do we have successful doctors that have unsuccessful marriages? Why do we have successful lawyers that have unsuccessful marriages? It's very simple. The lawyer has spent 7 years studying law. The doctor has spent 6 or 7 years studying medicine, but 0 years studying marriage. That's successful doctor that has an unsuccessful marriage. Go to his library, you see many medical books. But ask him, how many marital books does he have and has he read? He usually will have a mentor or a professor or someone that inspires him medically. Now ask him, do you have anybody that inspires you or mentors you maritally? And you see, when you check these things, you find out we shouldn't be surprised he's succeeding in his medical field and not succeeding in marriage. People come to me all the time and say, Pastor, I'm unlucky with love. I say, nobody's unlucky with love. You might be uninformed, unlearned, uninvolved, uninterested, but not unlucky. Because if you give attention to what matters, you will succeed. So I always say, where you invest is where you harvest. Is somebody getting this? Where you invest is where you what? Harvest. This is why we travel with books. If I don't succeed in anything on this tour, one thing I want to leave you with is a desire to learn more about marriage. If I can leave you with that or leave that in you, I would have been successful on this tour. Some years ago, as of 5 or 6 years ago, they found out that 9 out of the 10 richest men in the world were divorced. 9 out of 10. That's almost 100%. And I said, for you to be among the richest men in the world, you can't be foolish. You can't be lazy. If you're among the richest men in the world, 9 out of 10, top 10 richest people in the world, you are almost at genius level. You can't be a foolish person. But why are they failing in marriage? It's not because they are lazy or unintelligent. It's just because they are uninterested. You know how many documents you have to read if you are in the top 10 richest men in the world? Do you know how many things you sign? You don't even have a lawyer, you have a legal team. The king of Dubai is divorced 5 times. You know you have to be a genius to turn the desert to a city that has broken this much records. I mean, your mind has to be above normal. Am I correct? I'm mentioning very intelligent people that are intelligent, probably more than me and you, that are failing in marriage. So it's not fools that fail in marriage. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just people that don't pay attention. Life is not run by luck. There are rules to love. There are rules to marriage. And they're all Bible-based, science-backed, statistically proven. And I'll give you as much as I can give you today. The others you will get from the books and other mediums that are healthy. So, first thing we want to talk about today, we'll cover as much as we can. We'll talk about being the right person, choosing the right person, choosing that person for the right reasons, doing marriage right, because there are rules. I hear that all the time. Like you don't even need a counselor. You don't need any marital advice. I said that in itself is an advice. That thing you just said, it's an advice. So you're already contradicting yourself. You don't need anybody to tell you, but you're already telling us something about marriage, even though it's the wrong thing. The best sports people in the world still have coaches. Lionel Messi still has a coach. Djokovic still has a coach. Are you getting what I'm saying? So let's start. The first step is starting by being the right person. Being the right person. You see, the right person cannot find the right person. Or let me say, the wrong person cannot find the right person. Many people are focused on finding the right person instead of focusing on being the right person. I have a book here titled, When Am I Ready? Let me tell you something. How will I paint this picture? Who has lived in the UK, as you were not born here, but you have lived here for 10 years and upward? You have lived here for 10 years and upward. Thank you. I'll use you as an example. The decisions you would have made before you came to the UK, can you compare it to decisions you will make now that you have lived here 10 years? Are they going to be the same level? Never! Living here for 10 years, there are things you know now that somebody at home can't advise you about. That's never been here. He says, no, I think you should buy a house. He has not been here. Now, the person that got here 10 months ago, is it likely that he'll be able to direct you on how to live here? You'd have stayed here 10 years now. No! So what I'm saying is that who you are determines the quality of decisions you make. So the first step is not looking for the right person. The first step is being the right person. No matter how you try to help someone that is not yet the right person, you can't help them. The worst thing you can do is to be giving advice to somebody that is not, he will even value your advice. There are many of you passed up good opportunities because you were not in the state of mind to even see that thing as an opportunity. And if you get what I'm saying? Someone is seeing all your faults, the other person is seeing all your potential. So there's nothing wrong with you per se. It's about whether that person is the right person or not. When my wife told me some things that the person she dated before used to say, that my wife said she never knew she was very smart. Now she knew she was not a dullard, but she never knew that she was. When I started, I'm like, I've never met a girl as smart as you. And there's nothing. A woman is a bulldozer when her esteem is up. There's nothing she can't do. Man, if I have time, I'll coach you. There's a way to talk to a woman. If you get a woman excited, a woman can do things that even 100 men can't do. When you boost up her self-esteem. I remember a story of a village where there was one lady that used to have hunchback. She looked so ugly. She used to couch like this. And the people were coming to that village to marry. In that village, when you want to marry, you bring a cow. And some other things they ask you to bring. So people were marrying all her mates, but she never got married. And she married late. And one guy finally came to marry her. The guy brought 10 cows. Made a fuss about her. By the time she came back to the village, nobody could recognize her. People said, we thought you had hunchback. She said, no, she never had hunchback. She was just too insecure. When she met a man that made her feel she's more than what anybody could be, she began to walk upright. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Most men don't know. Look, any woman that comes into your life, she has to be better in your hand than she was in her parents' hand. Her parents can have many of them as children, but you have only her as your focus. You definitely have to do a better job than her parents have done. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? As a married man, your wife is your scorecard. When we look at her, she'll be able to know whether you're a good husband or not. She has to be finer in your house than she was in her house. She has to be fresher in your house than she was in her house. She has
Thank you for watching.